Hey, greetings everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Hope everyone's having a great day. It is Tuesday morning, early, 8:30 or something like that. 10 to 9. Anyway, I wanted to get a video out there. I've done a video for a few days. The last one was my Larry Graves expose. Man, I got to get the guy out for a chicken wing. Anyway, today I just decided to pull 10 random albums. Now, did I see what I was pulling? Yeah, I didn't do it blindly, but just albums that I thought were a little different and maybe to talk about. So let's see what I came up with here. No order, just random stuff. Dadawa. Anybody heard of this dude? Peace and Love. What Dada saw. I don't know what the heck that says. Anyway, this album is on the Wildflower label. If you like something different, this album's pretty cool. It's psychedelic reggae, maybe? I don't know. Guitar-driven reggae music. There's only 4 songs on the album. Recorded at Federal Recording Company, Kingston, Jamaica. Drums, guitar, piano, and some brass. Willie Undo on guitar. But really interesting album. It's an album I should listen to more than I do. I might just leave this out and give it a listen because it's been a while and I really like it. It's pretty cool. Next, Willie Dixon. I Am the Blues. If you're a Led Zeppelin fan and you've never heard this, what the heck? Stop it. Jeez, my Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the sound bar for my TV. Man, I can't figure out how to turn it off. The Bluetooth part or whatever it is, the Wi-Fi. I'm old. Anyway, Willie Dixon, I Am the Blues. If you're a Zeppelin fan, you need to go back and listen to some of this stuff that influenced them, that they actually kind of stole for themselves. And Willie's a great start. Even the Doors, too. Backdoor Man, I Can't Quit You, Babe, Spoonful, Ain't Superstitious, You Shook Me, Hoochie Coochie Man, Little Red Rooster, same thing. I mean, this is a dynamite album. I think even anybody who's not really a heavy blues guy but just is into rock or blues person is into rock, everyone should have this album. It's a really freaking awesome record. Next, Rare Earth. White Dudes on Motown. The Motown label. They were an amazing band. They were just so good, and they did these extended jams and like Get Ready's on this album. It's 21 minutes and 30 seconds. And Get Ready, 'cause here I come on my way. Great track. They do Tobacco Road on here, 7 minutes long. Feeling All Right, they do a version of that. Anytime you see a Rare Earth album, grab it, because these guys were more than a hits band. They were really an amazing band. Rare Earth. Need more love, Rare Earth. Much more love. Where am I going next? David Grisman, the great mandolin player. Dog music, they call it, because his nickname is Dog, D-A-W-G. Played with Jerry Garcia. Had a band with legendary bluegrass stuff. Played with Tony Rice and played with everybody. He had a band where he teamed up with Stephen Grappelli for a while and did some jazz stuff. I mean, he's all over the place. Just such a talented musician. And this is one of those albums. You know, any friends who file their music under genre? I can never do that because there's too many albums or artists that cross over. I wouldn't be able to sit still. I'd be going, why is that? I'd be sitting here going, I've got that album filed under jazz, but there's some bluegrass on it. I can't. I gotta get up. I gotta change it. I couldn't do it. That's why it's alphabetical. Anyway, this album, Dog Jazz on one side, and Dog Grass on the other side. So half of this album is featuring the David Grisman Quartet and special guests. Uh, it doesn't say other than that. And then Dog Grass featuring special guests, and you can see the pic. Oh yeah, it is gonna. Okay, let's look at the inner sleeve here. Been a long time since I looked at this album. It's on Warner Brothers. So you get Dog Grass. So we're looking at picture of David playing with Earl Scruggs, with Tony Rice is right there. Incredible Tony Rice. Jerry Douglas, a young-looking Jerry Douglas there. Wow, look at that. Here's the David Grisman quartet with Rob Wasserman, David Grisman, Daryl Anger, and Mike Marshall. Amazing musicians, all of them. Yeah, and Earl. Pretty cool. So then you go to the jazz side. There's David Grisman playing with Stefan Grappelli. David Grisman quartet with Rob Wasserman, David Grisman, Daryl Anger, and the same dudes playing jazz. Here's the musicians that are on this side: David Grisman, Daryl Anger, Mike Marshall, Rob Wasserman, Ed Shaughnessy on drums, Tommy Newsom. Remember, if you're a Johnny Carson fan, you know Tommy Newsom in the orchestra. Who else? And what's on here? Steppin' with Stefan. It's a really good record. Excellent. If you find this, I found this used for like $7 or something. But it's if you see it in your travels, check it out, man. It's really good. Okay, we'll put that back later. Next, Simon and Garfunkel Bookends. My favorite Simon and Garfunkel album. I'm heavy back into banjo again, and I've been jamming with another banjo player in the area. We're getting together on Thursday nights and just picking a few tunes and trying to shake off the rust after years of not playing much. And he's pretty much in the same boat as I'm in, and it's been great trading songs back and forth and teaching each other a couple things. But last Thursday night he came up with a version of The Boxer, which I really love because it's one of my favorite songs. And although it's not on this album, I just wanted to bring that up. So I've kind of got into a Simon and Garfunkel kick. I guess that's where I was going with that. Just so you think I'm old and start rambling. Bookends. What a great frickin' record this is. Man, that's a good one. Columbia label. 2i Columbia. America's on here. Old Friends is on here. Fakin' It's on here. Mrs. Robinson's on here. At the Zoo's on here. A Hazy Shade of Winter. I mean, this is kind of like a hits album. It's almost like when you talk about Cosmos Factory albums like that. They're just full of hits. That one's full of hits. What's next? The Pretty Things. If you watched a couple of videos ago, I last Saturday, I guess it was, or Saturday before, I guess, I scored a bunch of Pretty Things CDs at this place called Chumley's in Belleville, and the Pretty Things at the BBC. Oh man, that's frickin' wicked. If you're grab that one if you can find it. Pretty Things at the BBC, fantastic. Anyway, this is their first album. If you don't know the Pretty Things, they kind of started out with the Stones at the same time. They actually had a band with the Stones, and then the Stones became the Stones and what we know of the original lineup. And Pretty Things, those guys went on their way and formed the Pretty Things, and they both did the same. The first couple albums are pretty much identical in style, and this is so good. I mean, she's fantastic record. They do Roadrunner on here. Mama Keep Your Big Mouth Shut. Excellent album. If you like early Stones, and you haven't listened to the Pretty Things, you'll frickin' love them. And then they changed. They go into like a rock band, and they went into like a pop thing, and then they did an album called Parachute around 1970, which is incredible. Highly recommend that album. Very Beatley. Um, they did an album called SF Sorrow in 1967 or 68, which was the precursor to the rock operas. It was pretty. It's considered the first rock opera, even before Tommy. So, interesting band. Next, 10 years after, Alvin Lee, one of my favorite guitar players. This is an album. His wife found the tapes of this after he passed away, gave it a listen, and they went, wow, this is some incredible stuff. And it's my favorite 10 Years After album. I don't know if it's available on vinyl. This was a record store day purchase. If you can find it, grab it. I know you can get it on CD in their box set. I'm not sure how else you could get it, but the Cap Ferret sessions came on clear vinyl. One of the best purchases I've ever made. It's an incredible record. If you like 10 Years After and you haven't heard this, this will blow you away. You'll be going, wow, how is this not an official release? Next, I've only got 3 more. Lydia Loveless. I love this woman. She's fantastic. Lydia put out a new record. Everything she does is gold to me. One of my favorite female singers. I would love to see her live. Now, my daughter got to see Lydia in Orlando, and it was right around my 70th birthday, and she got Lydia to autograph this for me. To Glenn, happy birthday, happy 70th, Lydia. I mean, just a prized possession. I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze again. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, great album, too. Real. Raunchy, alt, country, rock, fantastic stuff. Oh, 2 more to go. Ken Hensley from Uriah Heep. I'm a big Uriah Heep fan, especially the first albums, right up to David Byron getting turfed. I'm a big fan of those bands. Ken Hensley, keyboard player. This is he put out a lot of solo stuff over the years, I've come to realize, but this is the first one. And Proud Words on a Dusty Shelf, which I love the title of that album. This is a really good record. This is an album I bought when it first came out on Mercury, and loved it right away. And I found it used not long, well, maybe a year ago or so, and very, very happy that I did get myself back into it. And just trying to check out the back here. There we go. We don't get too much to look at here, but man, this is a really good record. He was a great songwriter, great singer in his own right. And Ken Hensley, if you're a Heat fan and don't listen to that, you should. Last but not least, a Beatles record. I pulled Rubber Soul. Now everybody knows Rubber Soul. Starts with Drive My Car. No, it doesn't. It starts with I've Just Seen a Face. This is the North American version. I just wanted to pull it for that reason. For any of you who are kind of casual fans and don't know or younger fans and don't know the North American versions, this is it. There's the song listings you can look at. Completely different. A lot of people think this is better than the UK version. It's definitely the one I grew up listening to and has a special place. This is on Capitol, but it's the Orange Capitol, which means it is not an original pressing, which was on the Rainbow label. The Orange labels came out in the 70s, I think, but my buddy Rob from Northern Revolutions can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, that's it. 10 random albums. Hope you enjoyed that. If anything that kind of tickles your fancy, check it out. And thanks for watching. Please give me some thumbs, and we'll talk soon. Take care.